What is going on, everyone? Welcome to the North Shore 9 podcast brought to you by FanDuel. This is the North Shore 9 post-game show brought to you by Primanti brothers. I'm Neil. I'm with Doug. And Doug, you'd think by now I would have that down. How are you doing tonight?
Excellent. The B team, baby.
B team.
Here we are. Here we are. We're discussing meaningful baseball games on July 27th. This is our fourth season, Neil, as the B team. And this might be the first time we've discussed a meaningful game. I can't say for sure, but it might be.
We may have had some in like 2024. But yeah.
But those meaningful games all turned into a 10-game losing streak. So
yeah.
They actually won. This is a meaningful game that they actually won.
Yeah.
That they came from behind.
Oh. And it was miserable for about 95% of this game, I gotta say. Yeah. But the Pirates do pull it off. I don't know if you want to call it a real two-game swing, because the Pirates beat the Diamondbacks, their rival in the wild card race tonight. They are now tied on record, 55 and 52 with the D-backs. Both are tied for that final wild card spot. And boy, did the Pirates pull teeth to get here tonight, but they win it in 10. And Doug, we'll talk about the game. We will get to it, but I just want to say thank God, because I don't know about you. I don't know how the audience feels. I can't stand the Diamondbacks. Can't stand the organization. Ever since they hit Kutch all the way back in the day, can't stand playing them, can't stand visiting them, can't stand the city, can't stand their terrible uniforms that they ditched the beautiful purple and teal for. I'm so happy we won this game, Doug.
Yeah, absolutely. This team, too, they've been a thorn in our side in a weird way. Because, I mean, we play them twice a year, 7 games a year. We're never obviously fighting for a division or anything like that. But I remember their first season. The Pirates, were mired in their long, 20-season-long losing streak. And Greg Brown's on the telecast going, hey, we got the Diamondbacks coming, so we should be able to make some ground up. And they sweep us. They're an expansion team. They swept us. They've had some very unlikable players over the years, guys. I just do not like. They had a little stretch of Tony Womack and Jay Bell that hurt my heart that they were on the team. But beyond that, they've just been a bunch of guys I don't like. Weird things. And they, quite frankly, they just beat us all the time. So it was nice. It was nice to get this win.
100%. And I'll say this, because I go into all this because, of course, we should start tonight. It's a win, but we should start tonight, of course, with our boy Esmerlyn Valdez. He gets hit on the left hand tonight and has to leave the game early. Was clearly in a lot of pain. I was a little confused because, when you look back at the play, it almost looks like it hits him well before it gets to the hand, but clearly he felt a lot of pain there. And so we're hoping it's okay, but that would be a very big blow to this team, as I'm sure we're going to get into.
That would hurt. I mean, he's having such a great season. He's been so much fun to watch, and quite frankly, we just need him. But shout out Michael B for the super chat. So glad the Pirates came back and won this game. We're sitting on a 1-3 homestand would be tough to take. Looks like Lowe is heating up again. My real worry, though, is Valdez. We cannot lose him too long. Michael, we could probably end the show on that. It's very accurate there, sir.
I kind of want to save the impact Valdez has, because we're going to talk about the offense. But just as on a personal baseball level, watching this kid come up and play, what a kick to the gut. He's been such a revelation, won us so many games already. I think he single-handedly won us 3 games already.
Yeah.
The WAR won't say it, but he has. And to lose him, another hitter to injury, when we're already so hurt, that's tough. It's really
it would be tough. I mean, again, this guy's story has been amazing. His rapid rise. I mentioned this a long time ago, but when Connor Griffin came up, we had him batting 7th and 8th for quite a long time, even as he adjusted. Spencer Harwood's batted 7th for a while. This kid was up for 3 games, and they're like, you know what, you're cleanup hitter. It's like, okay, yeah, this is real and it's spectacular. And wow. So yeah, I hope he's fine. I'm hoping that was just sort of a funny bone type situation that, it hurt, it stung, like all that, and that he's going to have a nice bruise or whatever, but that he's going to be fine. I wish we'd have heard something by now.
Yeah.
Man, because I don't know what it's going to turn in. People are making all sorts of comps and all that. I'm enjoying the ride, man. I can hardly wait for his at bats every game.
Mm-hmm. No, 100%. And as I think this last week has kind of shown, the team needs it. The team really needs like that offensive boost. And we need fun players again. And I think a lot of our fun players are either cold or they're hurt. And so I think it's a good way to segue into the fact that the Pirates offense was not good today. In 2 extra innings, the Pirates had 4 at-bats with a runner in scoring position. They knocked in 1. But overall, just a really, really poor offensive showing. And especially when you're facing Merrill Kelly, who has been miserable this year.
Yeah, he came in with a 5.21 ERA. Yeah.
Yeah, a 5.21. His ERA is now at 4.86 because the Pirates just could not touch him tonight.
Hey, we are simultaneously one of the better offenses in baseball, but also able to let journeyman look like Cy Young. So I don't know how we do it.
I don't think that it's a contradictory statement. It's just the offense is just depleted right now. I mean, I was thinking about this tonight because I was thinking like, man, how did it go so wrong? Like, how do we go from scoring all these runs a game to like really struggling to score? But then I was just kind of looking through the lineup and I'm like, does Jake Mangum like scare you as a pitcher? Probably not.
No.
Brandon Lowe has been cold, like really good today. Fantastic stuff from Brandon Lowe. We'll get to him. Reynolds is scary. Does Jared Triolo scare you? Does Ryan O'Hearn?
Well, Jared Triolo scares me, but not for the reason you were.
Does Tyler Callahan? Does Jacob Gonzalez? Nick Gonzalez? Henry Davis? The list goes down. Like, and you're looking like probably about half to 2/3 of this lineup aren't guys that really like you feel confident they're going to come up and get a hit. You know what I mean? And I think that was the big thing today is that even though Merrill Kelly's a bad pitcher, he just didn't face a whole lot of hot hitters or good hitters at the moment. And the cold streak continues for a lot of these guys and not a whole lot of competitive at-bats against him.
No. I mean, the one run we scored off him, while it's listed as an unearned run, I think it's the most earned run I've ever seen. Merrill Kelly, he threw over the third time. First of all, throwing over the third time is stupid. It's just stupid, especially the way you're handling our lineup. Just just focus on the batter. But he sent Mangum to third base. I mean, like, do you not know the rules? It's bad enough when fans are booing that we're throwing over. That drives me crazy. We want them throwing over because when they throw over 2 times, the third time you're just about guaranteed to get to second base. And he was dumb enough to throw over to third base, sends Mangum to third, and then Lowe comes through. But it's like they're like, that's an unearned run. I'm like, oh no, Merrill Kelly earned that run.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's just a good time-honored tradition to boo the pitcher for throwing over. Not as you don't want to, but it's fun. And you always do it. And it's a nice bit of camaraderie among the home crowd. But no, like I do think errors committed by pitchers should be an earned run. I don't know why it's not. I feel like it's a pretty easy rule change to make.
Well, especially one, you threw over a third time. And nothing good's going to come from that. That's just ridiculous. I mean, I was sitting there going, this is the most piratey thing I've ever seen, right? This is a classic Pirate, and we see it all the time. We keep talking about all the dumb mistakes the Pirates make, but every game I'm watching these other teams that, Diamondbacks are a pretty good team playing pretty well. That was and Merrill Kelly's a seasoned vet, crafty, cagey guy. That was just stupid.
Well, the Pirates certainly had their Pirates moments tonight, which will be especially during the 9th and 10th inning, which we will get to. But I'm really hoping, and I think this is going to be the Brandon Lowe show, that this is just the beginning of something new with Brandon Lowe. He's been cold. It's just who he is. Brandon Lowe is going to disappear for 2 or 3 weeks occasionally. The trade-off is he hits 30 home runs. He's an anchor in the offense. And tonight, I mean, just absolutely fantastic stuff. In his last 3 at-bats, he gets 3 hits, knocks in 2 of our 3 runs, including that first one, because it could have been very easy to not score off the Merrill Kelly error. But Brandon Lowe drives us in, gets us on the board, and just drives us a little bit it closer into focus.
He had 3 hits yesterday too. Like, I think he's back. Right. It's just now a matter of finding that power again, which he obviously will. I mean, he is a power hitter, but it's like he's found his stroke. And yeah, it's like I think we might get some good Brandon Lowe action throughout this week. 2 more games against Arizona, and then 4 in Great American Ballpark. I wouldn't be surprised if he hits 5 home runs this week.
I agree. I'll pose this question because I know we hit a grand slam yesterday, but are you worried at all about Ryan O'Hearn?
Nah, worried wouldn't be the right word. I don't think. I mean, he's been similar. Some slumps. I mean, he's having a career year. He had his career high 17 home runs last year. He's got 17 now. Yeah, but he's another one. And again, that's what the beauty of this offense has been. That a Brandon Lowe or a Ryan O'Hearn can go cold. That Bryan Reynolds can go cold, and these other guys will pick them up. Valdez comes out of nowhere, literally, right? And then you'll get something from Callahan or I can't think of anybody. Jake Mangum and Nick Gonzalez and Endy. Oh, I was so happy to see Endy tonight. But no, I'm not worried about O'Hearn yet. It's weird to say because he had a 10 RBI game and he hit the grand slam yesterday, and it's not been a great month for him.
Yeah, O'Hearn has done that thing where he's won us a couple games like yesterday, like that 10 RBI game, and it's kind of been and then a week of not hitting. Right. And I'm not necessarily, but it's another 0 for 4 to him tonight. And I think it just really when the offense is struggling, you tend to look at the guys who are the good players, and I would like a little bit more consistency from O'Hearn going forward. It will come. I think I just beating the drum that Lowe, O'Hearn, and Reynolds all being called at the same time is pretty hard. But
yeah, that's tough.
But we did get 2, but the 2 of those 3 guys did come in up a big way. So let's talk briefly before we go to break, and then we can talk about the later game. First, Michael, 2-run home run aside yesterday. Mason Montgomery has been lights out for quite some time now. I think he's the closer moving forward. Am I right? I don't know if he'll be the closer. Only because I don't want him to. We should save him for later. Sorry, we should save him for later. We're gonna get to the bullpen, but we. All
right, I do
super chat. We will get to him.
We will discuss it more, Michael, because I have some thoughts there as well as Neil. So yeah, but we'll get to that.
Let's talk about Mitch Keller first before we go to break. Mitch Keller goes a 5 1/3, 2 earned runs. I thought he was pretty good tonight. Pretty much exactly what you wanted out of him, and I was a little sad to see him pulled, but I think it was the right call.
Yeah, it was the time.
Very average.
Yeah. But at this point, that's all we want from him. And this is his 3rd decent start, right? And if we can get this kind of consistency from him for the rest of the season, and again, I'm afraid of his next start. I just am, and I probably will be afraid of every start. But if he can pitch like this the rest of the way, the offense is good enough. The rest of the other pitchers are starting to round into form mostly. And I think we'll be fine. I mean, give him credit. I mean, he was pitching as bad as he'd ever pitched there for a stretch, and his last 3 starts have been decent, and he has deserved to win. I don't know if he's won them all, but he has kept us in the game. Right? He had given up 2 runs, and it wasn't. I don't like it wasn't hard hit but it was. It was just a bloop here, this, that, whatever. And, good call, I think, going to the bullpen when they did. They got the results that they wanted. They held it there. They kept it at the 2 runs. So, yeah, I'm pleased with what Mitch has been showing us here lately.
Yeah, and I'll say that, I mean, I think it was a really, really good 5 innings from him. The first 5 innings, he have some base runners on for sure. No doubt about it. But, 5... as weird as it sounds, it's been hard to get 5 good innings from our starters this year. And especially for Mitch Keller. And so I'm going to keep looking at the positive signs. I think this is a good overall start. You still really want him to get through that 6. But the bullpen, we'll talk about, came up and was absolute nails tonight. Really picked us up. But I'm encouraged by what we have to see. And again, he has to be better. He has to be at least this good. You can't make $18 million a year and not be at least serviceable. So
especially on this team, right? That's a lot of money going to one area. And right, we need 6 innings, 2 or 3 runs, each start. That's what we need. We need a fighting chance when he pitches, and that's what he's done in the last 3 starts. He, after 2 months of, not just chalk it up as a loss, Mitch Keller's coming in and giving up 6 and 3 innings type thing.
Yeah, well, for sure. Well, make sure you drop those hashtag raisins in chat because we are giving away sandwiches at the end of the show. But for now, we are going to kick it over to our friend Cody.
This episode is brought to you by IQ Bar, our exclusive snack hydration sponsor. IQ Bar protein bars, IQ Mix hydration mixes, and IQ Joe mushroom coffees are the delicious, low-sugar, brain and body fuel you need to win your day. The Ultimate Sampler Pack is a great way for you to try all IQ Bar products and flavors. You get 9 IQ bars, 8 IQ Mix sticks, and 4 IQ Joe sticks. All IQ Bar products are clean label certified and entirely free from gluten, dairy, soy, GMOs, and artificial ingredients. With over 20,000 5-star reviews and counting, more people than ever are fueling their lifestyles with IQ Bar's brain and body boosting bars, hydration mixes, and mushroom coffees. The Ultimate Sampler Pack includes all 3. My personal favorites so far have been the almond butter chip and the iced tea lemonade hydration mix. It's just really full of flavor. I love starting my day with it, and I couldn't imagine starting my day with anything else other than IQ Bar products. Right now, IQ Bar is offering our podcast listeners 20% off all IQ Bar products, including the Ultimate Sampler Pack, plus free shipping. To get your 20% off, text MLB to 64,000. That's MLB 64000. Message and data rates may apply. See terms for details.
We are at 101 entries for the giveaway. So let's see if we can get that up to 150 before the night's over.
Yeah, we can do better than that. Let's go, chat.
We can do better than that. So what we'll do is chronologically, but we need to talk about this bullpen because my word, for the bullpen has rightfully come under a lot of criticism tonight for the season. But what a performance tonight by the 4 guys who come out and pitch tonight out of the bullpen. Starting off with Yohan Ramirez, who we got Dr. Jekyll tonight. He goes 1 2/3 innings. He only gives up 1 hit. He is able to steady the ship, get the Pirates out of that whole issue, giving up the 2 runs. He was awesome tonight, and it's again just I love his ability to bridge games into the later game. I love his ability to come into the 5th and the 6th, come in for an inning or 2, oftentimes steady the ship, and get you into the later part of the game. I think for all the struggles he's had, he's done a really, really good job of that this year, and he did a great job of it tonight.
For the most part, he's been good this year, right? I mean, even prior to knowing how bad this bullpen was going to be, when we thought it was still going to be kind of good with, Santana and Matson, replicating what they did last year, we weren't real thrilled about him on the team, and he was lights out from the beginning of the season. And then he has some blow-up games. But generally speaking, he comes in and does a pretty good job. And you can bring him in with men on base, right? You can bring him in, to start an inning. He's able to give you, 3 innings, 3+, or anything in the, anything we need. The people are just great.
We have to know Doug. Doug, thank you, Steel City DW. Can we get a howl in honor of the Wolf game, Doug?
Oh man, I don't know if I have it in me. Oh, yeah, someone's gonna clip that. Oh boy,
so that is worth the clip.
100 years from now, I'm gonna be seeing that still. Right? Yeah.
But
no, North Shore 9, 2072, they'll still be showing that. So.
I like Yohan, and I think it's just a cool story because this is his 3rd stint with the team. He's been cut from this team numerous times, and he's bounced around. I think he went to the White Sox. I think he went to the Mets, and he just he's back and he's contributing to a playoff push, and he looks so good recently. It's such a cool story, and a season full of cool stories.
Think about being cut by the Pirates 3 times in this decade. You know what I'm saying? You had to be pretty bad. You had to be pretty bad. I mean, because first of all, like, Ben is reluctant to admit that he didn't make a great signing or acquisition or what have you, and then and that he would cut Johan again and again and again is like just stunning to me on as bad as this team has been. Although like the bullpen has always been okay, but yeah, he just seems. It seems like his teammates love him. He seems like he's got a great vibe, great energy, and he's producing. He's been effective, and he doesn't seem hung up at all on he's not like Carmen Baczynski dictating when I come in these circumstances and these circumstances only. He's like, bring me in the 4th, bring me in the 9th, bring me in the 11th, bring me in. I don't care. I'm just going to come in and get outs. So yeah, I'm loving him. He's on his way. No, he has not been bad.
No, he's been very good. Like
a 3.21 ER is pretty good, Brian. Or who is Brian?
He's had his ups and downs, but like he's a middle relief guy. Like he's not being asked to do like late game stuff because that's not who he is. But we do need to get to when. Thank you, Michael, again for the $5. When Ron Marinaccio had a clean inning tonight, and that was a sign from above the Pirates were going to win. I mean, I think we were not alone, Michael, that I was not thrilled to see him come out in that 8th inning in a 1-run game. I was worried, but he calm and collectively puts the Diamondbacks down, and I think in order. No strikeouts, nothing too crazy, but did his job. I don't want to see him in 1-run games in the 8th inning very often, but
ever.
Thank you, Riverboat Ron.
Johan Romero, career regular season, 208 games, 15-15 with a 4.39 ERA and a 1.39 WHIP. This season, he's 6-3 with a 3.21, 1.38 WHIP. For a middle reliever, I'll take it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not, ready to give him the Sparky Lyle, Fireman of the Year award or a Cy Young or anything like that. On this team, on this bullpen, and what he's doing, it's been one of the better things we've had this season.
Agreed. Definitely top 3 reliever in the pen this year, which isn't saying a lot, but
no, right. Yeah. Damning him with faint praise, I realize, but
no,
I would rather see him come into a game than Marinaccio or Isert or on and on and on.
Yeah. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th then, right? I think that bottom of the 8th. Yeah, bottom of the 8th. So the Pirates are down 2-1. You get Meatball Ron's clean inning. And then, you're still a little nervous. The offense has looked really bad. But then you get Bryan Reynolds coming up to bat. And boy, what an at-bat this was. Runner on second. And it's seen, and what broadcast mentioned it a lot. Like they were really harping on the fact that it doesn't really seem like they wanted to throw him strikes.
Right.
Which I don't blame him. Jared Triolo's on deck. I think it's the right call.
Yeah, that's who I'd be pitching to, wanting to pitch to.
Then Don Kelly gets ejected because of a check swing call. And the first check swing was bad, I think. I don't think Reynolds went at all. But thank you. But the second one was correct. I think the second one was very clearly he did go around. But honestly, thank you to that ump. Because they got the 2 strikes, suddenly they're like, all right, well, maybe we try to put him away. When really they just should have put him on first anyway.
Exactly.
They should have sent him the first, pitch to Jared Triolo. You're going to probably get Jared Triolo out. And instead,
I'd rather see Bryan Reynolds up there with 2 strikes than Jared Triolo up there with a 3-0 count, right? It's just like, that's thank you. Again, teams making dumb mistakes, making dumb decisions. It's like, oh, we've got 2 strikes on them, so suddenly now we are going to pitch to him. Thank you for that decision, Torey Lovullo. Excellent work.
No, it was great. And Bryan Reynolds It's just so cool.
Paul Oles would
Calm,
be killing
collected.
him if this was Arizona 9. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I think that's an actual decision to get mad at a manager at. Like, you don't have to pitch to Bryan Reynolds. You don't have to. But thank God they do. And Bryan Reynolds, what a great at bat. He gets screwed out of a ball call. He takes some good pitches. He fouls some balls off, and he just waits for a fastball and doesn't do anything fancy. He drives at the center, gets a double, ties the game. That was one of the better at bats I've seen from Bryan Reynolds in a while. It was so good, and it was exactly when we needed it.
Yeah, it just reminds you what a good hitter this guy has been. I mean, that was the classic cliche there, the professional at bat. He's a professional hitter, and it really was. It was just outstanding stuff, and man, it was necessary. And again, it was just like the third base umpire is called everything's a swing. The first base umpire, nothing's a swing. Just all sorts of things that we could have been picking at and complaining about had we not won the game. But we've won, and we're happy.
Yeah. No, and this really big again. You probably wanted to end the game there, get Reynolds in, but Jared Triolo flies out softly, unfortunately. Don Kelly gets ejected. I thought it was a rather soft ejection call, but whatever, we win.
Yeah, it was quick. Must have said one of those magic words.
Yeah. He swore he didn't say anything. He swore it.
And I swear that umpire to me looked like he was not paying attention to anything. And then I just like, wait, he may have said something. So I got to, he just seemed like he was just so out of it. I don't know. Mm-hmm.
Well, speaking of Pirates mistakes, we're going to get into Gregory Soto's outing, because Gregory Soto then comes in in the top of the ninth. And man, is he like the most infuriating, frustrating, and anxiety-inducing good reliever to ever walk this earth, because it is never easy. Even though he only gives up one hit, it doesn't matter. It's still not easy. Like, he still almost blows the lead.
Hi, Stephanie. Sorry.
Hi,
we love Stephanie here. We love Stephanie.
We do love Stephanie. But like, Gregory Soto balks. So he gives up a single, then he balks, and then doesn't he allow a runner to reach first base after he hits them or something? Like intentional walk, intentional walk, and then finally gets out of the inning. But I was not calm. I was not. I was not. I was pacing a little bit.
Yeah. I had to check my blood pressure, because
I like the Soto shakes. I think I'm done with the Soto shakes now.
The Soto shakes, yeah, we had them. We had them. I mean, it's again. I feel this with just probably 90% of our pitching staff now. I have no idea what's going to happen, and I'm scarred. I'm very, very scarred.
Well, so I don't have these feelings about our next bullpen guy, because the bottom ninth happens, nothing happens, the Pirates don't do anything, whatever. Gets to the top of the 10th. Corbin Carroll's on second base. No, actually, no, not Corbin Carroll. I take that back. But Diamondbacks have a runner on second. Mason Montgomery comes in, and I love this man so much. And even though it was a struggle, it was not his fault. It was not his fault tonight, because Nick Gonzalez and Jacob Gonzalez can't field the most basic ground ball and throw that you've ever seen. I'm more inclined to blame that ground ball on Jacob Gonzalez. I think that's pretty scoopable. But also, how are you not able to make the throw on a line? You're a Major League Baseball player.
Right. I know. It's I was pretty enthused about Montgomery, just because I'm like, all right, here's a guy he's got like 62 strikeouts in 40 innings, something like that. I'm like, you got a man on second with no outs, and you got a guy to get strikeouts. Well, okay. And then they get the Adam ball there. The first, just smashes it to I think it was Nicky G, or maybe whatever. He catches it, but then the next one, basic fundamental baseball, and nobody does their job on it. Right?
No.
Not the guy that fields the play, not the guy who throws, and not the guy who has to make the catch. And you're suddenly feeling, here we go. This is, we've sort of ducked disaster, several times throughout this game, and it's just too much. We are the Pirates. We are fundamentally flawed. We are the roster flawed. We have all these different flaws, and it's just going to catch up to us because we can't have nice things. And then Mason Montgomery says, not so fast, my friend. I'm new in town. I don't care about all that stuff in the past. I don't care about your baggage. I'm just going to get some guys out.
Yeah, and luckily Mason Montgomery doesn't care about our throw-in shenanigans because he is so effective. He has Vargas doing ballet to try to pretend like he got hit by a pitch. Comes and settles down, does not allow that run to cross, strike out, and also gets a nice fly out to Jake Mangum that I was convinced off the bat was just going to drop in the center field, and I was going to be so upset, but it carries enough, and we are okay, and we go into the bottom of the 10th. But we did get a super chat about it. You said you had some thoughts.
I do. I think they're grooming him to be closer. I think, you see it now. They're bringing in Soto in the 8th or in the 9th, that sort of thing. I really believe that, and I mean, Montgomery has closer stuff, no doubt about it. They didn't want to rush and just put him into it. They're making him earn it. But over the past month, I've seen him coming in, as the last pitcher used in different situations. And he seems to be growing into the role. So, he gave up a 2-run home run yesterday, but that was with a 3-1 lead. So all is forgiven, right?
It is all forgiven. And also, I mean, he's the best reliever on the team. I'll say that. Like, very clearly best reliever, like most shutdown stuff. The home run he gave up yesterday was the first runs he had given up in a month and looked awesome tonight. I wouldn't just call him the closer only because I love the flexibility that he is being used in. I love that he can come in he'll be used in the 7th. He'll be used in the 8th, in the 9th, in extras. I don't want to just tie him to the 9th inning because I love him being able to appear whenever we need him. Because sometimes you need him more in the 8th and the 9th. And
what I hope happens, like I said, I do think they're kind of turning him into a closer. What I hope happens is that they acquire a closer so we can keep him in this role where, he can come into the 7th inning with 2 guys on, and when you need a strikeout, that type thing. And he, like I said, he can come in the 9th. A great guy to bring in the extra innings with the Rob Manfred on second base. So let's go get a closer so we can, use Mason Montgomery at his strength and maybe push Soto down one further, spot in the when he comes in, that sort of thing. So, but yeah, I'm loving the Mason Montgomery experience right now. He's been very effective. Like I said, he had his bad outing yesterday with a 3-run lead. I'm fine with that. That's when that's supposed to do that, right? Give up a 2 home run and then we still win by 1. It's okay, So, but he's been very good, and I think I've seen growth and maturity from him throughout the season. So I'm really looking forward to what he can do, and hoping to see him pitch in October.
Yeah, no, and I mean, I love the maturity. I love the development. Like he's come so far. Because there were points where earlier this year, you're like, well, this guy is kind of looking like a dud. Like, you took a good risk. It was a good risk but the stuff is just so good. You can't count it out. Thank you to Jack Jetta 098 for the 5 gifted memberships. And thank you, Paul, for your 10 jewels. Happy poop.
Happy poop to you too, Paul. Happy poop to you.
Paul, how about them Derek Shelton twins? Now, bottom of the 10th.
We were having such a nice and pleasant time, Neil.
But anyway, 30 jewels from Paul. Thank you. Thank you so much. Clutch. Now, bottom of the 10th. Shenanigans. Andy Rodriguez singles. Very good at bat. Does not score Billy Cook from second. But that was okay.
Yeah, that was fine. You don't want to make the first out at home plate, right?
Yeah, and yeah, no, you don't. And then all hell breaks loose on Jake Mangum's at bat, where he grounds at the third, and he does not advance anyone. But then Billy Cook makes a really good play. He gets himself into a rundown long enough for Endy to reach third base and basically make it like kick the can down the road. And I thought that was a really, really nice piece of like aware base running from Billy Cook there.
And this is the type of thing we have gotten wrong for 7 years. You know what I'm saying? This is the kind of thing that where that turns into a double play is what has happened to us in the past, right? Where they're both converging on third, and the guy just tags, Nolan Arenado of them, people just tags them both. So the fact that worked out, and that, Cook got back to third, and I think Cook stayed at third, and he was taken out. Whatever, it didn't matter. We still had a third, one out, and we had Brandon Lowe coming up, and that's a good situation to be in. Mangum does not appear to be a very good situational hitter. I'm glad he didn't try to bunt there. The Mangum experience, Mayhem fits it, but not in the way that they're always referring to it. So
yeah, I'm not gonna. We won today. I'm not gonna talk about Jake Mangum today.
Exactly.
Thank you for
Nathan.
all the,
Nathan is cursing you out right now.
Chili, makeup brush, and poop. Wow, so thoughtful. 750 joules. Let him cook. All right, there.
That's awesome.
So Brandon Lowe, 3-hit day. Walks us off. Pirates win. What a great at-bat from Brandon Lowe, too. Fights off some pitches, gets deep into the count, and just drives a single into right. Exactly what the Pirates need. Pirates win. They gut this one out. And Doug, I think with that said, I think it's time to give the people some sandwiches.
It is. Yeah, we're now tied with Arizona, and our season series so far is 3-1. Right, so we win one more game here, and we've won the season series, which could have an impact as a tiebreaker when it comes down to it. So you're right, a great day, a great win. So yeah, let's give out sandwiches. Feed the people. Let them eat sandwiches.
Yeah, let them eat sandwiches. And our first winner is Trey Belleville, 66239. Congratulations.
Congratulations,
Please
Trey.
Get your email associated with your Primanti Brothers account over the North Shore 9 at gmail.com, and we will get you your sandwiches. And we'll get number 2 now.
Oh, it was almost Mr. Rosati.
Almost Mr. Rosati, but that is Ken Bokenbo, 3345. Congratulations. Again, please get your information over to northshore9 at gmail.com, and we will get you your sandwiches. So, Doug, good day. Need to continue it as we go on. The Pirates are going to be minus 112 tomorrow against the Diamondbacks.
That's slight favorite, which seems fair. Bubba is, Bubba seems to be rounding into form. It'd be nice if we could get a gem out of him tomorrow and let the offense, let Brandon Lowe find that home run streak. Now that he's got the hitting stroke back, let's get that home run stroke back. 3 games over 500, tied for the 3rd wild card spot. Looking like they can contend throughout the season. This does not look like a team that will collapse. Oh God, why do I keep saying stuff like that? But yeah.
You're feeling Bucko fever.
Yeah, I'm excited. I mean, look, it's a deal. We're 3.5 seasons in, you and I, and we have not talked about games like this ever. We're usually just like, oh gee, they couldn't hit again, and now we're talking about who might be the closer and why it's important and which of our 30 home run hitters is, coming up next and that sort of thing. So,
yeah, well, we aim to take the series tomorrow. Taking 2 or 3 out of the Diamondbacks would be big. We're only 2 games behind the Phillies for the 2nd wild card. So just keep winning, keep grinding, and hopefully Esmerlyn Valdez is okay. But we're going to get out of here. Thanks everyone for joining. The chat was great tonight, and we will see you tomorrow. Let's go Bucks.
Let's go Bucks.
All right, that wraps up this episode of North Shore 9. Thanks so much for tuning in. Whether you're listening on the podcast or catching us on YouTube, if you enjoyed the show, please give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. It really helps us grow. And if you're listening on the podcast, a quick review goes a long way in helping others find the show. Plus, be sure to tell a friend about us. There's always room for more here in the NS9 community. And for those looking to support us a little more, consider joining our Patreon, become an MVP member, and get exclusive perks while helping us continue to bring you more of the Pirates content you love. Thanks again for all your support, and let's go Bucks.